Hey guys, what is up? My name is John. Hi, welcome to my channel. So for today's video, I don't know how to start it. I've filmed this video a few times and I'm transgender, okay? There, I'm transgender. I feel so much better saying that. I started hormones the 8th of August, I want to say. So nothing, I haven't really noticed any physical changes, which is normal. The doctor said not to expect anything for at least 3 to 6 months, sometimes a year. I was living as, you know, a gay man and I was out and proud. I just felt like I knew I wasn't gay, but me being my outer shell being a man, and me liking guys, that automatically puts the label of you being homosexual, which I never felt that. I have always felt that, you know, I was straight because I'm a woman. When I told, you know, my mom, my friends and family, I just felt like it was a second coming out. I was really nervous. But everyone was really supportive, especially my mom. My mom's always been so supportive of anything I do. Like, that woman is my true ride or die. Is it just me, or is this foundation too pale? Do I look like Marie Antoinette? Let them eat cake. And ignore my unibrow. I have not had time to get them done. So let me take you to the process of me making the phone call to speak with, you know, a doctor about me wanting to transition. And let me tell you, it was the hardest thing I have ever done. Like, hardest thing I've ever done, and that includes anal. I made this call actually a year ago, and then I ended up canceling my appointment, just, you know, making excuses. But this time I was like, no, John, you are a baddie, you are gonna do this. And I did. So I did plenty of research, and I just first didn't know where to go. I didn't get really bad anxiety going to doctors, or like thinking of going to doctors. I want to say maybe over 10 years ago, I spoke with the doctor wanting to transition, and he told me, no, I'm not transgender, I'm just depressed, and put me on a whole bunch of antidepressants. And he wasn't actually the only doctor. I saw 2 other doctors, and they said the same thing. And so that made me traumatized, because yes, I was depressed, but depression wasn't just depression. It was me not being true to who I am, dysphoria, you know, like hating my body, hating how I look to people. And I just felt like I wasn't being listened, and so I stopped. And I was just traumatized, and that's why I don't like going to the doctors or speaking to one. So when I was doing my research, I felt, for me at that time, I didn't want to have to jump through hoops and speak with, you know, a psychologist or a therapist, and then they tell me, oh yeah, I recommend you going on hormones. I just felt like I didn't need that person telling me who I was or who I am, when I already know who I am and what I want to do. I just didn't want someone to gatekeep. So after doing a ton of research, I decided to go to Planned Parenthood. They have something called informed consent, where instead of needing a referral from a psychologist or a psychiatrist, you just meet with the doctor at Planned Parenthood, and then you guys come up with a plan of HRT, which is hormone replacement therapy. And in no way I'm saying that you don't need to speak with a psychologist or psychiatrist. I'm not saying that at all, because right now that's something I'm hoping to doing more research to see who I can talk to, because I think that is important when you're on this journey to speak with a professional. And also down the road, when I want to have, you know, surgeries done or whatever I may need, I will need that referral. But at this very moment, or at that moment when I made the appointment, I felt I knew what I wanted and I didn't need a referral. But again, I think psychologists, psychiatrists are great, and I am going to see one in the near future. Also, keep in mind, not all Planned Parenthood locations are informed consent. So if you are interested, I recommend looking on their website and just research Planned Parenthoods that are informed consent. So come that day of my appointment, I wasn't even going to answer the phone. So my appointment was via telephone. I spoke to the doctor. She basically asked me what my home life, or how my home life is, what was my upbringing like, just, you know, give details about myself and why I want to transition. This whole, the conversation with the doctor was really awesome, and she asked me more questions regarding my goals of, you know, transitioning, what I want to accomplish. But really what she was asking is if I wanted results right away, or if I wanted subtle results, you know, because depending on my answer is the dosage that she's gonna give me. And I was like, sweetie, I wanted results like 10 years ago. So the faster they come, the better. So that's where she kind of started me off. So I'm taking 2 milligrams of estradiol, basically it's estrogen, so 2 milligrams, and I take that twice a day, so that's 4 in one day. And then I'm also on spironolactone. It's spironolactone. Basically what that is it's a T blocker, and I'm on 50 milligrams of that, and I'm supposed to take 2 a day, so that's, you know, 100 milligrams. The one thing that I saw, lots of things that I like, the one thing that kept popping up when I was doing my research is that being on HRT makes you depressed, and you just go through like this huge, you know, mood swings. It's like a roller coaster, and that's what I told her. And she said that the medication that's prescribed, you know, to be on HRT doesn't make you depressed. Like, it doesn't. These kind of medications, you know, don't cause depression. Now, if you're expecting results like, you know, within a month or 2, and you're not seeing the results that you want, that could, you know, cause an individual to be depressed. You know, I'm having high expectation or unrealistic expectations. Those could make an individual depressed, but the pills itself doesn't. Then she also kind of broke down the difference between pills, injections, and patches. She also made me an appointment to go to Quest Diagnostics to get my blood work done. So she allowed me to start the medications first before getting my blood work. A week after I started taking the hormones, I got my blood work done, and then everything was good. Like, my blood test came back and everything is okie dokie. But I was shocked to be getting my medication that day. But she did tell me, from my family history and speaking with me, it seemed like I was healthy enough to take it. You know what was funny? I went to CVS to pick up my medication, and again, I live in a small town. It's kind of like a senior community, so there's a lot of old dudes walking around. And so when I went to pick up my medication, the cashier was like, hey, I'm gonna have you go to the side right over here because the doctor wants to speak with you since it's a new medication. And so when the pharmacist came up, he was really sweet. He was cute too. He was like, hey, so this medication, you know, the spironolactone, whatever, he was like, this is the side effects, and we went over that. And then when we got to the estrogen, he was like, and this is the, leans in close, looks around, estrogen. And I started laughing. He acted like I was getting like heroin, but it was funny. I think he was trying to be mindful, you know, didn't want to make me feel uncomfortable, especially, you know, there's really no privacy, and CVS was popping that day, so I think he just didn't want me to feel embarrassed, you know. Okay, so I got home and I popped both those pills, and let me tell you, within like a few hours I started to feel a few of the side effects. I started to get this headache. Well, it's not really like a headache because headaches headaches hurt, not kinda, headaches hurt. This was more of like a pressure in my head. And then I kind of felt just a little dizzy, but it was more of like a pressure in my head that was like right here. It felt like tension, like a tension headache. It's like, okay, well, it's gonna be better. So the next morning I woke up and the pressure, like the head pressure, was still there, but the dizziness was gone. And so as I continued to take the medication, woo, let me tell you, I almost quit. Like 3 days into it, I had it. I called my mom. I was like, I'm gonna quit. I cannot do this. On top of the pressure in my head, which had gotten worse, I felt like my head was gonna explode. I had horrible mental fog or brain fog. I felt so tired, fatigued. I've never experienced this type of fatigue. Like, lifting up my hand was so much work. I felt so tired. I was like emotional. I just felt like I was gonna cry. I was so tired. Honestly, like, if I closed my eyes while I was like walking, I could fall asleep right there and there. I was so tired. I hated feeling like that, and I felt like as the days progressed, it just kept getting worse. Then, you know, the next day I felt like nauseous. I was even more fatigued. The brain fog was like really getting bad. When I was at work and employees would ask me, you know, questions, I would be speaking to them, but I would be like, I just couldn't think for the life of me. And I don't know if it was that traumatic for them, but I felt like in my head it was. I just did not like that feeling whatsoever. But I'm glad that I stuck it out. And I think on like, the 5th day, you know, my mom was like, just toughen it out, you know. If it's been like 5 days, then we'll call the doctor and let her know. But on the 5th day, the symptoms started, or the side effects started to lessen. The nausea went away, the pressure in my head lessened, and the brain fog kind of was still there, but it wasn't as severe. And my fatigued, I was able to put my pants on and my shirt on without like passing out. So, but then as, you know, like the 6th, 7th, 8th day, it got better to where now I don't have any symptoms whatsoever. Thank God, because they were horrible. So if you were gonna be starting that, just remember, These are all side effects though that the doctor and the pharmacist told me I was gonna be there. So it was nothing out of the ordinary. It was what they said was gonna happen. I just didn't expect to get it all. So if you're gonna start hormones, try to take a vacation, girl, because it's not fun having to feel like that and go to work and deal with other people's shit when you have your own shit that you're going through. My poor little employees, I felt like I just snapped at everyone. And I just felt like angry, and not like bad, I just felt annoyed. Angry is the wrong word. I just felt like annoyed by people because I was like in a state of like my own pain over here, you know, and my emotions were like all over the place. There'd be moments where I'm like happy, and then just like that, I'm like annoyed. Or I would be happy and I'm just like sitting there and something sad happens and I'm like crying, and I'm the type of person to not cry unless it's something really, really bad, and that's rare. I rarely cry, but now like I feel like I'm more in touch with my emotions and that I'm just like, you know, crying, but it's not like where it's just I'm just crying for no reason, you know. I was worried because of the videos that I've seen of people transitioning. They say that their emotions are everywhere. They're like PMSing, they're, you know, just like throwing glasses. It was not like that for me, and I'm not discounting what they feel and what they've gone through, but for me, it wasn't that traumatic. Since being on hormones, my outlook and just what I want from the future has changed. Earlier, before I transitioned, I said I would be fine with just the medication, that I wasn't sure if I was getting surgery, and now, sweetie, I'm gonna get all the surgeries, and I've already planned. The first one is the female face feminization, and I also want to get my Adam's apple removed, and then after that, I want to get my breast done. And I also want to have bottom surgery, which bottom surgery in the trans community means to get your wee turned into a vagine. Basically, it's called a vaginoplasty. Oh, and like I said earlier, I'm taking everything, you know, day by day, step by step, just because this is my journey and I'm done comparing myself to other people. So I came out, you know, as transgender to friends and family, but I'm fine with my pronouns and my name. I haven't changed my name yet, you know. I like my name, John, but since I was 8 years old, the name I came up with is Lana, and I'm in no hurry to change that, and I can't really explain why. I'm just in no hurry to change my name, you know, and I'm fine being called he, I'm fine being called she, but in a weird way, the reason I haven't, like, inform people of the right pronouns I wanted to be called, or I want to be called, is because I just felt like I haven't earned it yet. And once I earn it, and I don't know when that point would be, but when I earn it, then that's when I want people to call me she. But at this very moment, I feel like I haven't earned it. And I know that sounds really weird, but for me, it doesn't make sense for me, but that's how I feel too. So one of the main factors that kind of like delayed my transition is that I felt like I was too old to start. I'm 35 right now, and that is the first and last time that I will say my true age, but I'm 35 and I just felt like I was too old to transition. But after like thinking about it and doing some soul searching, I'm like, you're never too old to be happy. And I was watching videos of, you know, women who transition like there was a YouTuber, I think she transitioned in her when she was like 50 or something, and she looks amazing and had no complications. And that's what I was worried about transitioning so late, was that I would have complications. And that's why it's really important to go see, you know, a doctor that can properly prescribe you the right medication, the right dosage. You never want to self dose. And I know I'm lucky. I live in California, and here it's really easy to be on hormones, and it's not the case for, you know, a lot of states. So I get it. Just hang in there, and you know, your time will come. If you're new here, we do not wear lashes. I just don't like it, and also I'm not that great at it, and also I have a phobia that I'm gonna stab my eye while applying it, so we're not gonna do it. Okay, I'm back. Funny story. My batteries died, which is for the better because I poked my eye with mascara. Then I got mascara down here, and then I started to tear up, so it was a mess. Anyways, I look crazy. The makeup is okay. You have no idea how much it means to me to finally be able to say out loud that I am transgender, and I am at my happiest. So I hope you guys like this video, and please subscribe. There'll be more videos of my transition, my journey. There'll be more videos on luxury bags, makeup, so if you like that, please give me a thumbs up. If you don't like it, just give me a thumbs up and subscribe. So thank you guys so much for listening to me. I know this video was everywhere, but I'm everywhere, and I'm also a mess. Alright, thank you guys. Bye. Oh god, do I have lipstick on my teeth?